Hey guys, Jake the Sports here, and today we are doing a whole bunch of things. This video is going to mainly be about Notre Dame. I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to go into a little depth about, this is basically going to be combining two videos into one. Not like the update video and that preview and predictions or whatever video, but more of, I'm going to try to do this all in one. So basically, I'm just going to talk about the Notre Dame-New Mexico game because I've been meaning to get that video out. And any games that were remotely exciting from Week 3. I know there weren't many, but I wanted to get that out. And then I also just wanted to talk about the Notre Dame-Georgia game coming up. It's a doozy. I'm excited. And I'm just going to say right now, I don't know. I've really had a change of heart. I don't know. I'm gonna really sound like a homer here, but I think there's a way we can win this game. I couldn't say that before. I thought Georgia was gonna roll us, but I think we do have a legitimate shot in this game, and if we can win this game, that'd be huge. People are going on about how our run defense sucks, and it's just like, we play two teams that run the ball a lot. What do you want from us? And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think if we can really stop their run game, I think that's game over because their passing game is 0. And if we can, I'm really hoping Brian Kelly's helping the D-line and focusing their emphasis on defending the run, because if we can do that, then I think we're going to win the game. If we do that part, we're winning the ball game. That's what I think. So I'm really excited for the game. But I'm getting off topic. I'm talking about this too early. I really wanted to talk about Notre Dame, New Mexico. That I've been really wanting to talk about. Notre Dame. Notre Dame. I think they definitely, you look at the score, they absolutely crushed it. In every way, shape, and form. They absolutely crushed it. 66-14. They absolutely rolled. But again, the run defense was a problem, and I think that was really my only flaw. Again, Ian Book did not have a great opening first quarter, and you can argue second quarter, but no, sorry, what am I saying? No, really just the first quarter. He was a late bloomer in that game, and I think that's Ian Book's problem. That's his one problem. He is a great quarterback, but he needs to get off to a good start, and if he can't do that against Georgia, we're going to lose the game. It's as simple as that. So he needs to pick up the pace when he's thrown. He needs to pick up the pace from the get-go. He needs to stay focused. He needs to stay composed, and if he can do that, he can succeed even more as a quarterback. And if he can get off to a great start, that's a great start for ND, and hopefully they will be able to win some more ball games. New Mexico, they're not a great team. It's always good to have those warm-up games to figure things out, and I think looking back now for Notre Dame, they really need to focus on their run defense, and I really hope they're doing that right now as I speak. The wide receiver core looks great. Did see a lot of running, not as much running as I would have liked. It's okay. I really want Notre Dame to put emphasis on their weaknesses this week. Really put emphasis on them so we can win this ball game. This would be a huge win for us. But Notre Dame looked good. They looked solid against an inferior New Mexico team. They played fine, and yeah, I mean, really just stopping the run and Ian Book needing to get off to a good start. Those are really the only two weaknesses I saw. I mean, and I would have liked to see them run the ball more. That would have been nice. They really need to run the ball a little more. But I mean, Ian Book's passing looks great, and yeah, I mean, just they had an overall solid game. It wasn't an insane game, but it was a good game. I mean, we won by a considerable amount. We won 66-14. We absolutely crushed them. So, no complaints really besides those two. Notre Dame just played great. They played very solid, and if they can keep this consistent success throughout the season against tougher opponents, I feel very confident about this team. Now I'm going to go over some other games, what I thought of them. And then I'm going to be talking about the big game, the Georgia-Notre Dame game. Oh, gosh. I really want us to win that. First game I want to talk about, Maryland-Temple. I thought Maryland was going to be a great team. I thought they were going to be a big contender, dark horse in the Big Ten. That is whatever hopes Maryland had of going 10 and getting a 10-win season. That's over now. You lost to Temple, and not to diss Temple. They're a pretty solid team. They're a pretty solid American team. But, I mean, if you're a 10-win team, you got to win that game. No excuses at all. So, very disappointed in Maryland. I mean, their offense did not show up like we have seen it. I mean, the Maryland quarterback, 15 for 38, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I mean, you just can't have that. Their offense usually shows up. I mean, the only score you got in the first half was a safety. That's it. You actually got 2 safeties in the game, which was pretty surprising. I thought that was pretty funny. But, I mean, your defense, it looks like your defense showed up more than your offense did, personally. I mean, you look, your defense scored 4 points, your offense scored 13 points, but granted, the defense had 2 scores, and I think it was really embarrassing for Maryland in that game, and their offense is not a good one after looking at that game, which stinks. I really thought Maryland was going to be something special this year, but looks like they won't. Penn State barely survived over Pitt. I'm not super worried about that game. I think it was definitely a lot closer than a touchdown, but rivalry games are rivalry games. I understand the struggle. I don't think Penn State should be ranked that high, but I don't think they're gonna fall off the map. I think people are over exaggerating with that game. Kansas State, I want to talk about them. I wanted to put them in my poll last week, but I think this week that they definitely should be, and I put them in the poll. But this Mississippi State game, if they won this, they're definitely in, and they won. And I've been eyeing this team for a while. I do think they are a great team. I think their defense is very solid, and their offense is a Big 12 offense, and I think they really can get high. I think they can possibly upset one of the big boys this year. That'd be awesome to see. But just an overall great game from Kansas State. They pulled out a big game. They pulled out a big win over Miss State. Mississippi State, I think you're a pretty solid team, and I could definitely see you there at the end of the year in the rankings. Citadel won over Georgia. The Citadel, their FCS team, they beat Georgia Tech, and yeah, that's just an embarrassing loss for you guys, in every way, shape, and form. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Georgia had the potential to go to a bowl game, but now you're sitting here at, what do you, Georgia? Oh yeah, you guys are Georgia Tech's at 1-2. Yeah, I don't think you're getting to a bowl game after you lose to the Citadel. That's unacceptable. And the Citadel should have won in regulation too. They really should have. But you guys lucked out. You scored a late touchdown, and you sent it to overtime, and missed field goal cost you the game. There you go, ball game. Air Force beat Colorado, and Colorado and Georgia Tech thought they could turn these teams around. That's not true. Air Force lost, or Air Force, not them. They didn't lose. They beat Colorado, and I didn't think Colorado was a good team to begin with. And Nebraska, they lost to Colorado. Where'd Nebraska go, huh? Putting them in the top 25. Where'd Nebraska go? They're gone. No one's talking about Nebraska anymore. Adrian Martinez isn't a Heisman watch. No one's talking about them anymore. Their season's over. They're done. BYU beat USC. That was very surprising. UCF had a great game. Army pretty much rolled. Minnesota, they've been getting on my nerves. They've been barely winning games, and it's really ticking me off at this point. So I can't wait to see them lose. Arizona State, Michigan State. Yeah, just a bad loss for Michigan State. They really shouldn't have lost that game. And again, I've gone over most of these ranked games in the top 25, but I'm just going over them lightly. Cal, they beat North Texas by 6, and you're going to put them in the top 25. Number 23, I think. Unbelievable. Don't put Cal in your top 25. Who are they playing next week? Actually, I want to see who they're playing next week. They got Ole Miss, and they have Arizona State next week, and they have Oregon after that. If you guys beat Ole Miss, I might, depending on the score, I might put you in the top 25. If it's close and you win, I'm not putting you in. If you guys win over Arizona State, I will put you in. And if you win over Oregon, I'll put you guys even higher. I mean, there's just no way you're surviving this. There's no way. You guys kind of barely beat UC Davis. You beat them by 14. Beat UC Davis by 2 touchdowns. Beat Washington by 1. You won over North Texas by 6. I mean, come on. What is this? Is this a joke to you? Why are you putting them in there? It just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't understand it. Why people are putting Cal in. I think they're just excited that they actually get to put Cal in a top 25 poll. Kentucky, they definitely disappointed me in a Florida game that I really thought they should have handled and won. But Florida ended up winning that game. And again, Florida, I just really want them to lose. Let's see. Boise State crushed Portland State. I finally put them in the top 25. People were begging me. LSU started off slow against Northwestern State. I think that was expected, though. They ended up rolling. Who else? Auburn crushed Kent State. That was another game that started off with a slow start. And the last game I'm going to talk about, I'm going to go into further depth about the USC-BYU game. USC really, really should have won this game, and I thought they were a lot better than that, losing to BYU. That really stunk for USC. I really thought after they beat Stanford, they had something going, but just a big blow to the Pac-12. Stanford lost, USC lost, and those were teams that I had definitely higher. I had them higher than what they are now. I really thought they were something, and since Stanford lost. That's already bad for Stanford, and then the game they got crushed in, the team they got crushed by lost to BYU. So that's just a huge blow to them. That's a huge blow to Stanford in every way, shape, and form. These overtime games, these are huge games that you gotta win. And USC just didn't clutch up. BYU wanted it more, they got it, and they got it. That's what they did. It all comes down to how much hard work you put in to win football games. And BYU, even though they are not the greatest team, they put in just a little more work than you, and they ended up winning that ball game. So, congrats to BYU. That's really it for me on Jake to Sports. I gotta talk about Georgia. Georgia Notre Dame, I almost forgot. Yeah, I'm gonna make this quick because I gotta upload this, but I don't want to go that much in depth. I've really already talked about it, but Georgia, oh man. This is just a game that we really need to win, for many reasons. A lot of people think we're not good enough to be there and not good enough to compete with the best of the best. And I'm telling you, if we lose this weekend, which a lot of people think we will, it's just gonna keep on coming. People are gonna still say that. So I just really need Notre Dame to win this weekend, and I really hope they can. That'd be big for our playoff aspirations. We've lost a lot of games in a row against top 10 teams, and we just really need this win. We gotta get it. This is a huge game for us that we really need to win. And I think we can do it. I really do think we can do it. But it's going to take a lot of things for Notre Dame to win this ball game this weekend. And I hope they have it in them because I believe they do. And I really hope they can. Thank you guys so much. I'm Jake the Sports signing off. See you guys later. Bye. And go Irish.